What is up, CSGs? Your Houston Rockets just defeated the Memphis Grizzlies 120-118. A close game that had my heart doing palpitations. Truly a game where every single player that played on the court contributed, but none more than Jalen Green, who carried the team offensively with 42 points on the night. Jalen went 42, 4 assists, 13 for 18, shot 72% from the field against a tough Memphis defense, one of the best defenses in the NBA. Got to the free throw line 11 times, 100% on free throws, 5 of 6 from 3 rebounds, 1 steal, just drew 6 fouls, just an all-around impressive game from him. And we are getting a post-All-Star break Jalen Green in early January. You do with that what you may. I mean, damn, that is hella impressive against a defense with some really physical paint presence between Ide and Triple J. It's not easy to score in there, but Jalen was able to do it in a multitude of ways, getting downhill, attacking, snaking, into the pick and rolls, getting to the corner. You saw Memphis elect to trap him towards the end of the game. That led to a lot of the short roll actions that with Steven Adams and Şengün towards the end of the game, where Amen Thompson was crashing from the weak side corner to get all those dunks and lobs that he was catching. They put it together for this game. This was an impressive win. This might be the most impressive win of the season. I don't know. It's up there. But a lot of little nuggets. This is not going to be a long video, but just wanted to briefly go over the game, some things that I saw. One thing that I did notice, I don't know if y'all noticed this. I think, let's see, I think it was the end of the second quarter where Ime, it could be the end of the third or the second, where Ime took Fred VanVleet out the game. Usually he lets Fred close out the games, close out the quarters, but he elected to go with the Young Bulls, right? He went with the Young Bulls. It might have been the third quarter. I'm not even sure right now. It might have been the second half, the end of the half, but he elected to close with Amen, Cam, I think it was Jalen, Holiday, and Şengün. I really like that lineup. I like the Amen and Jalen dynamic, that two-man dynamic, that backcourt. There were a lot of stretches during this game, for whatever reason, whether it was foul trouble, where we got to see extended runs with Jalen, Cam, and Amen Thompson. Just a great all-around game. I think Jalen is really finding his groove. And even though, he scored 42 points, it was in the flow of the game. And I think that's the best thing. Everything he did is sustainable. And for him, it really comes down to reading the game. And it's not even the shots made that I really like. It's the processing. Like I said, you guys know I'm big on process. Make the right play, make the right pass, make the right read. If it calls for you to attack a slower-footed big or a slower-footed defender, attack them. If it calls for you that they're sagging off, get your shot off. And if it calls for you to make the pocket pass, make the pass. I would say if I was grading Jalen on his progression and reads in this game, he'll get an A. That's a 95. Most of the time he made the right play on those, especially when they're trapping him late. And this is some of the things we were missing late last season when teams were trapping him after he started off with that March run, was the fact that, one, we didn't have the players to run those short roll actions. We didn't have the right passing, whether it was Alp being gone or the different players just not on the court, not playing well towards the end run there. But this is the dynamic you want to get to, right? Because when you force that two-man action, you get to your center, and then Şengün could make the reads. He did make a bad read on a man late in the game, but that was after 2 or 3 dunks, and we could have kept on running that over and over again because they couldn't stop it. But just a great game by Jalen. This is very promising for his upside and his development. Like I said, he had a couple turnovers, but you're going to live with those because what you get is what you get tonight, right? And as you train him, and we got to give kudos to Ime Udoka. He is actually putting Jalen in position to get these opportunities. So is Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet only took the Bulls by the horn when he felt that the game was starting to slip. Otherwise, he was very, pretty passive, even though he didn't have a great game. Hit some big shots. I think he played a really key role. He was fighting defensively, doing all he can all around to get the game for the Rockets. Dylan Brooks was fighting him defensively in the post against Triple J, a tough cover. Not an easy cover for him. That probably would have been Jabari's matchup. Maybe, he probably could have still went with Dylan. But overall, I think, they all fought. And that's what you could ask for. Steven Adams gave us great minutes. I think Tate got in there and gave us great minutes. Holiday gave us great minutes. Alp gave us the minutes that he was on. He gave us great minutes. And even though he struggled offensively tonight, I think he played some of the best defense I've seen him play. Active hands, was getting a lot of tip passes. His reads in the pick and roll. John Morant puts a lot of pressure on you in the pick and roll. And surprisingly, Bane gave him more trouble than Ja, because Alp did a great job guarding that pick and roll and struggled against E-Day's size on the interior. But all around the team just came together and did what they were supposed to do. Amen Thompson is still playing like an alien. I mean, the defensive work he puts on the opposing team's best player is just crazy. I've never seen John Morant pass out of possession so many times in my years watching him in the NBA. And it's all attributed to Amen's ability to change direction, to be physical. You really can't bend the corner on him. When you do try to get inside and drive, he's not giving ground. Then when you finally try to get a shot, he's right on your toes trying to block that fadeaway. So it's a really tough contested shot that guys end up taking. All around, fantastic game from him. Played in that weak side corner, like I said, crashing down, coming off to feed off of the pick and roll. I've been talking about this pick and roll for years, man. When you get into pick and roll, Jalen has done step one, right? Force the issue, right? The issue being that we got to get the ball out of his hands, right? So once you force that issue, now it just comes down to making the right read. You make the right read, get it to Şengün. Now Şengün's coming downhill. Because of his gravity, he forces the issue. Guess what? That weak side help has to come down and try to help the big that's trapping Jalen. So because now you got a 4-on-3. So once that help comes down, the backside is open, right? You got lobs. You got, you can make a bounce pass. And then if that was Jabari, that'd be a corner shot or a three-pointer. So you could really mess with a lot of teams. But all of this, and I keep saying this, the domino that has to fall for the Rockets to reach their ceiling is going to be at that guard position. It's going to be on the guard. It's going to be on Jalen Green. He is as far as the team is going to go. At the end of the day, the NBA is a guard league. It's a perimeter-oriented league. You got to have one of those guys on the perimeter that can go get it. And today he went band for band with John Morant, so can't be too mad about that. That was a great Rockets win, a great all-around win, a win that any other season, bro, we would have crumbled. Even when James Harden was here. And that's one thing I like about this Rockets team. They are resilient. There is no lead that is safe with any team. There is nothing that you can say that, man, they can't overcome. These dudes just keep scrapping and they find ways to win. And the character that's building throughout this season and to get to this point, I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to say some crazy things. I'm ready to say some crazy things. I had us pegged as a first-round exit. If this is the toughness and the mental resiliency that this team is going to play with, good luck to whoever sees us in the playoffs, man. Your Houston Rockets, I'm going to just say it, damn it. Your Rockets could sneak into the conference finals, not a championship. I think we can sneak into the conference finals. I think we can sneak into, depending on how the matchups go, there's certain teams I like our matchups against that we could just outright beat in a game, in a series of 7. I think we can sneak into the conference finals. But this was a great game. Just wanted to get my thoughts on Wax before I forgot most of the game that I watched. Feeling a little better. Voice is still a little shaky. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments and in the chat. What was your favorite part of the game? Did you enjoy watching Jalen just torch and go band for band with John Morant? And what are your thoughts on Amen Thompson's defense and his all-around impact on the game? Y'all let me know in the comments and in the chat. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. Keep rocking with the Chop Shop. I'm going to keep dropping that.
DJ Candlestick. It's the Chop Not Slap Show.